Hello, my miniatureholic family, and welcome back. This week, we're going to work on the castle box that I started at the Tom Bishop Show 2024. We're going to do the lighting. I'm going to show you how we did the brickwork, and then we're going to give you the final effects. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so now it's time to paint. I'm going to start with the bricks on the floor, and my instructor gave us 3 types of gray. And I'm going to get you a close-up so you can see. This one is matte finish peppercorn. All these are matte. And then this one is gray frost. This one is a medium gray. So I'm going to paint 40% of bricks total, not 40% in this area, 40% on this wall or this one. Total of 40% of the bricks all over the box. And then once they are done, then I'm going to do the wash. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the bricks, just a few of them. Then I'm going to do the rest of them, and then we'll move on to the wash. So if you look closely at the bricks, you'll notice that some of these bricks, like right here, you see the cracks, even along here. You know, it looks so realistic because, you know, some bricks do have cracks, so I like the cracks. Alright, let's get started with this. I'm going to start with the peppercorn first. Let's start, I guess, about right here. And all I'm doing is just painting the brick. Let's see, I need a better brush because this one right here, should have had a little one for this one. This is like almost a rectangle, triangle type. Alright, I got to get wet tissue to get this off. Hold on. I'm going to use a little bit of wet napkin and try to get that gray off. I don't want too much gray. I don't think nobody will be able to really notice that. Alright. Now let's try the bigger bricks. Maybe that'll work better. I might have to get a smaller size brush. Okay, so we'll try this one. Yeah, this is better. Alright, that's one. Let's try another one. And then I'm going to go through and just paint it. So let's try, I guess, right here do. So she said 40% of all bricks. So we'll see how this is going to work. Try sideways. And again, dabbing does help. Oh, this is awkward. And as I stated in other videos that I've done, when I'm painting, there's nothing worse than watching paint dry. So, I mean, pretty much everybody watches know how to paint. So, basically, just showing you how I'm doing the bricks. And I'm going to do 40% all over. And this color, the peppercorn. And I'm going to show you how it looks. And then I'm going to do the other 2 colors and then bring you back. So this is the peppercorn color. And I still have 2 other colors to do that will total 40%. So if you look going through the door, I have that one. And then coming over here, way at the bottom inside the door, I have that color as well. So I still got some work to do. And as soon as I am done, I will bring you back. So here is the end product of the 3 paints. Looks kind of nice. I like it. So I'm literally going to let this dry overnight because it's late and I've been working on it all day. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Yeah, so I painted inside the bricks, which was kind of hard to do. Try to keep straight lines and not get into all the cracks like I did last time, because if you get into all the cracks, you're going to have to get in there and dig it out. Just sort of look right. And this is the chimney, which is going to go inside. I'll show you that. Okay. Wow. It looks good. So the next step, we're going to have to use the wash that she gave me. So I'm going to have to prepare my walls and my floor because I do not want it getting on my floors. Or maybe I'll turn it upside down. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so that's it for now. When it dries overnight, then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're back the very next day, and the paint is good and dry. Really dry. And also, I prepared my cottage because when I do the liquid mix, I don't want my floors mixed up. I just do not. So I'm going to show you, demonstrate on this, let's see, this right here, the chimney, how it's done. And then the rest of it I'm going to have to do off camera because I'm going to have to turn this board different directions because I don't want it on my wood. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. I'm going to try to show you, but if not, just know it'll be done off camera. So this is the bottle of the liquid mix that my instructor gave to us. So it is part Liquitex matte, and it's also part water, 50-50, and then there's just a little bit of acrylic ink, black, put in there. Then again, I think there was also a few drops of Liquitex Flow or Jet Dry Finish. But those are the ingredients that's on the paper. So put it in your hand and basically just do this until it's mixed evenly all the way through. And this is going to take some time, so it's starting to mix. I really want to shake it real bad, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to keep doing this until it's completely mixed, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is about 5 minutes in, and it's starting to mix, so I'm going to be on this for a minute for real. But I'm getting there. Not shaking, I'm rolling. I made a huge mistake. When I painted this, I forgot what my instructor Sue told me. She said, when you paint these individual, make sure you use a wet paintbrush. And I did not. So I'm so scared of how this is going to turn out. But I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to put the mixture, the solution she gave me, that I rolled to get it to mix well. So I'm going to open it up and keep your fingers crossed. Oh my goodness. So here we go. Alright. Trying not to... I don't know if I'm supposed to just put them in the cracks or all over. Oh my god. So I am so sorry. I forgot. It's supposed to just go down and go into the cracks. So about to find out. And I think she said it was supposed to literally go in between the cracks. So, but it's not. I'm actually having to do it myself. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't just really... One thing about it, at least this is the chimney that I'm starting with. So if I mess it up, I can hide it. I hope. Ah, crap. I'm going to go get a brush and then just sweep over it and see what the heck happens. Alright. Be back. Oh boy, that is... Oh my goodness. So I did this. Is like... Maybe I shouldn't have did as much. Oh, honey, I think I'm making a mess out of this project. And you know what else I'm going to do? Since this is already going in the cracks, I'm going to get some paper towels. And I'm not going to leave it like this because if I do, I don't think it's going to look too good. So I'm going to get some paper towels and try to wipe over it and hope I haven't destroyed this thing. Got a couple of napkins and I'm just going to wipe over it and hope for the best. Oh, Sue, I don't know what I did, but I don't think this is supposed to look like this. Okay, I'm going to keep wiping. Just get as much as I can off. Now, I know when I do the floor and the other walls, I'm not going to put as much. And I'm definitely going to let it dry overnight. Ah, got this stuff all over me. Well. Okay. Have I not made a huge mess or what? Ugh, gross. Okay, Sue, don't pass out. Sue is my instructor, okay? Remember that. I know. This is why I like to do my projects in class, because I need my instructors by me. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to see how it looks in the morning before I do anything else. So, Lord. Okay. See you in the morning. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I could not sleep. So I got up to check on my little project. And it doesn't look too bad. I kind of like the way the wash got in between the cracks. And it looks kind of aged like stone. Like back in the days when they had castles. So I like it. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and work some on this bigger part of it. And I'm going to let you see me do a little bit of that. And Sue, I am so going to try to do it your way to see if it'll run down in between the cracks. But it's not really working. I had to brush it on even to get this effect. I'm still going to mess around with the dry brushing and do it the way you told me to do it with the light paint. Go up and down. But we'll see. All right. Let's move forward. All right. So I've rolled my bottle some more. And I'm going to try to please do not mess up. She said to take it across the top and let it roll, but I don't really see it rolling, so I'm gonna try to brush it. It's supposed to go in between the cracks and everything, so I'm gonna try to brush it. Let's see. Maybe that'll help. Maybe is this this is what she's talking about, because it's not just going on its own. So I'm brushing it so that the mixture can go in between the cracks, I assume. Oh, I would love to have done this with my instructor there. Oh boy. Trying to move as much of it down as possible. And it's getting in between the cracks. But when I did it on the fireplace, it was like a lot more. All right, let me put some more on there. I guess. Oh boy. All right. Put some more on there. Let's see what happens. Got it on my floor, which is fine because I'm going to get ready to do the floor anyway, so. I had planned on doing the back walls, so I guess I better do the floors first since I got it on there. Do those second. Alright, now that I've got it on there, I'm going to just wipe it off. Just to get it off the face of it, not... Wow. Sue, if I'm doing this wrong, I'm so sorry, but this is why I like to do stuff with my instructor there. I really could have used an extra day. I'm just trying to get as much of the mixture off as I can. And I'm scared if I would have let it, because it's got glue, if I would have let it sit Oh my goodness. Overnight, I don't think it would have been so thick. You know, I don't think I could have even scraped it off. So I'm going to work on the floor and the rest of it. And then when I'm done, I'll bring you back. All right. So I woke up this morning and this is what I have. And I am about to just cry. I have just about destroyed this box. Oh my freaking God. I know Sue and Eamon is looking at this and saying, what did she do? So, I cannot put one of these things together. Like when I take these classes and I say I have to have an instructor there just in case. I mean, I really needed Sue to be there. Oh my God. Now see the chimney or the fireplace area is not that bad. You can pretty much see how, you know, in the cracks you can see the black and it looks okay. I could work with this. But this, oh my God, what the heck? Oh, oh my God. It's like, I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm about to cry. I wish I could pick up the phone and call her and oh. Okay, so what did you do wrong? The first thing I did wrong is when I painted each individual brick, I did not have a wet paintbrush. He said to have a wet paintbrush. And I video recorded her in class just to make sure. And what did I do? I forgot to watch the video. Real smart. Real smart. Then I think the next thing I did wrong was, for some reason I'm thinking, I didn't get that on video, how to really apply this mixture. I don't know if I was supposed to just take the squirt bottle and go in between each line and let it drizzle. But then because I didn't use the watered down paintbrush, my paint was too dark. Okay, I gotta ponder over this because, you know, this class cost me too much to sit up there and just throw it in the trash. Even in class, when Sue was telling us to paint black all over as a base coat, what did I do? I really painted black all in the cracks, just like inside the cracks. And when people tell me to do things, I try to listen, but I'm one of those people that just go, sometimes don't even think. That's why I do a lot of projects by myself, because I put paint all in the cracks and I should not have done that. I was just supposed to lightly go over and I didn't. So I had to go through and clean out each of the cracks. So, you know, I'm just, oh my God. I don't even know if I can paint over this because of the mixture. I think it was some glue or something in it. Oh my goodness. This is the part of miniatures where it's just really the ugly. It's just really, oh my goodness, what did you do? I'm gonna try something. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but, you know, I just, you know, I really need to just get off this camera right now. I've got to figure this out. And when I do, I will get back with you and hope I come up with a solution. This is definitely a C Miniatures channel that reveals the good, the bad, and ugly. I'm going to pretend that all of this is the base coat from the beginning. It's all looking black anyway. So I'm going to take all three paints and I'm going to start over. I'm going to actually dry brush. I'm not going to get water and water it down like I should have at the beginning. I am going to get a brush and I'm going to go through each one of them, like the white that looks white. I'm going to go over with that white, but I'm going to dry brush it. I'm just going to lightly put paint and hope it brings it back to life, because all of the cracks have black, so I don't have to worry about that as long as I don't get any paint in it. I'm just going to pretty much dry brush it. And I'm going to go over with a peppercorn. Each one that I thought that looks like peppercorn, they all look black now. So I'm going to start from scratch and hope I can save this box. Okay, so it's been a couple of days and my head was just pounding because I was so stressed out, but I came up with an idea and I'm going to try just dry brushing this light gray, well, medium gray paint over the dark, and then just basically starting over again. So I'm going to put some in this little container because when you dry brush, you do not need a whole lot. All right, so I got this little bit right here. And I'm going to take a little bit on this brush, and I'm going to swipe it on this plate. Try to get as much off as I can. So here we go. Let's see. We'll start over here. No, let's start here. Okay, let's start right here. And see what happens with this one, I guess right here. Back on there again. Just keep going over it. And not bad. It's not turning out bad at all. I'll give you a close-up here shortly. And the good thing is the darkness in between the bricks really enhances it. So I may be able to save this project yet. I'm just going back and forth like this. And then I'm going to give you a close-up so you can see the difference. I'm going to mess with it some more to get it where I like it and see what happens. Perhaps. Yeah, okay. Try a little bit more. I done went to the third row. Okay. It's actually lightening up. It's not as dark and gloomy. I mean, I just thought I'd just destroy this project. Alrighty then. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did. See the difference, and then I'm going to have to mess with it. And when I'm done, then I'll bring you back. So I'm going to give you a close-up. So this is what it's looking like compared to the darker. So this gray, which is called, say, rain gray. So it has actually lightened it up, and I like it. I like it a whole lot better. And I'm going to have to mess with it some more. As long as I don't go down in the cracks where it's dark at, I think I'll be okay. As you can see how dark the rest of the castle is, we want to get it light. And then once it dries, then I can dry brush more colors in, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'll keep you updated. Right now, I got my work cut out for me. Each and every one of these bricks have to be done individually. So here we go. Okay, I want you to see the progress. I'm still working on it. It's brighter. I like it a lot better. So while I'm doing this, is taking the dry brush and I'm trying to get as much off as possible, but it's lightening up the dark really well. I even got in between the window. Try to go up and down, making sure that I do not get in between the cracks. But I'm liking the way it's looking. I might actually save it. A little bit more paint. Get as much off as I can. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. It's lighter. Yay, it's not as dark. Okay. I'm gonna finish it up and then I'll show you when I get all of this lighter gray. And then I'll go through each individual brick and do the colors that she said. I will not be able to water it down because of the mistakes that I have made, but I will do my best to make it look a whole lot better. Because like I said, this costs money and I'm not trying to throw it away. All right, see you in a minute. Alrighty then. So this is how it's looking right now. I like it. It looks like a castle. It's got that castle feel to it, but I'm not done. I'm going to do a little more dry brushing with the other three colors that she gave me, but I'm not going to use the wet brush because of the amount of damage I've done, and I don't want to make a mess that I cannot bring back. So I like it. I really, really like it. Give you a close-up. Compared to the dark, this looks really good. Oh my goodness, I'm liking it. I can't wait to see what it looks like. So once I'm done, you've seen me dry brush. So it's, like I always say, there's nothing worse than watching paint dry. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to individually hit about 40% of this castle with the different color, 3 different color grays. Yeah, I'm liking this. I even did this side. And it's just looking good. It's looking good. Okay, I finished the castle. It's dried overnight. It looks good. I really, really like it. It's coming back to life. But I'm going to highlight it with this, the lighter gray, the gray frost. So I'm going to highlight it with that. And my instructor, Sue, said to make sure I just go up in one direction. So I'm going to do it with the floors coming this way, and you'll see it get lighter. And I just want to just a little bit, so I'm not going to use a lot. I'm going to take this lighter color gray, get as much off as I can because I'm dry brushing. And here we go. Need more paint. So it's actually lightening up. And so I'm going to do this all over the floor and the walls. I already done the chimney or the fireplace. And it looks a lot better. And of course you will be hearing some little sweet voice in the background because my grandson is over visiting. And he's only, 3? Yeah, 3. So you might hear him in the background. He's trying to be quiet. Good luck. Alright, so I just want to show you how I'm doing it. So it's starting to lighten up. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it off camera before it gets loud in here. And I know it's kind of hard to see right now, but when I'm done highlighting all the bricks, you'll see a huge difference. For example, the fireplace. It was darker. Then I went over it with the different colors, like I did the floor. And then I highlighted it with the lighter color gray. And it looks perfect. I love it. So now I have to work on this. So I just want to show you, actually the strokes. She said in one direction, so I'm doing that. And even though it doesn't look like there's paint on this brush, or it doesn't look like there's paint getting on the stones, it is. So I have to go over it several more times to get it to the color that I like. When I'm done, I'll bring you back to see it. Right now, I'm going to have to mess with it for a while, and I don't know how long it's going to take. And as usual, there's nothing worse than watching paint dry. So I'll bring you back when I'm done. This is what it looks like right now. I pulled all the blue tape off. And so it just looks really nice. I thought it was done for it and I was going to have to throw it away, but I brought it back. So it's amazing what you can do with dry brushing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on, I guess, painting the outside of the box. The outside part, the back, and the sides will be gray color, so it'll match the outside of the lid that's on top. I'm going to also brighten up the wood on this stand that it's going to sit on, and the flooring and the walls. I'm going to show you how to do that wax. It's not staining, it's waxing. So she showed me that technique. I'm going to show you, how I'm going to do that more in detail. And let's see, I think I'm going to do the lights last. But I did put the window in so you can see the scenery from the castle. Oh my God, this is going to be so cool. And I put the nights in just for visual effects. Let's see. Yeah. And then I had my grandson help me put the little jugs in. This is so cool. It's turning around. All right, let's get started. I'm going to do the painting on the outside of the walls now. Then I'm going to do the lightening up of the wood, do the waxing, and the lights will be last. But yeah, it turned out really good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to wax this wood. This is the base that it's going to sit on right now. I just have it kind of like it's not fitting in there. So I have to darken this to make it look like this. So I think I'm going to mess with that one. In the lid, I painted the outside of the lid. I also painted the inside of the lid. So okay, again, this is the inside of the lid, which I painted gray. The outside of the lid, gray. And the outside of the box all the way around, gray. So I'm still waiting on the same material, the foam material, to come from the UK so that I can do the post. But in the meantime, I'm still going to work on this and put it together and hope that it gets here in time so that I can get this video out. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm really happy right now. Wow. Let's not forget the fireplace. The double oven. I can't wait to get the lights in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you a technique that Sue taught me when we were in class at the Tom Bishop show. So I'm going to use some gloves, but first I'm just going to tell you, when you use wax, I've never used it before. I always stain my floors or anything that I'm doing with furniture. And this technique is different. I actually like it. So what you're doing is you're going to put this wax on, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour, according on what I'm doing. And then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to use this bristle brush. It's just an attachment that goes onto the Dremel, and this is the one that I got off of Amazon. You can order that off Amazon. Once that sits, once you do that, let it sit another 30 minutes to an hour. Then you use this fine sandpaper. So they say 200 to about 400 is fine. Anything above 4 is extra fine. So I kept trying to find some extra fine in my stash, and I couldn't. So I didn't even have fine. I had to go to the store to get this. So what you're going to do is you're going to sand it lightly. Don't back and forth. Don't turn it, stir it like that, like a stew. Just back and forth lightly. And then you dust it off with this fiber cloth. And then you start the process over again. And you do that every, 2-3 hours. And you do 4 coats, maybe 5, according to how dark you want it. So I'm going to show you how to do it on this. And then I'm going to do the base, and which is the big part that the case stands on, this big thing right here. So I'm going to do the base as well, outside. And then I'm going to do probably one more coat inside of the castle as far as the wood goes. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to put my gloves on and get started. Alright, so we got the wax. And I'm just going to use the gloves. Oh my God, this is seriously wax. So I'm going to put the wax on just like this, all the way all over it. Trying to get down in the cracks too. And I probably should have put tape on it. Then gonna take a break and put tape on it. Then I'm gonna put this all the way around. And when after about 30 minutes, I'm gonna come back and show you how to use the bristle brush. All right, take a break. It's been about 35, 40 minutes. So I'm gonna do the first swipe across with the bristle brush. And you might wanna kind of turn your volume down if the noise bothers you. So let me explain something. This is the Dremel 4000, so it has different controllers. I can turn it up or down versus the other one that I have. You know, it just has like turn on, turn off. So here we go. Alrighty then. And so I'm going to get into the cracks. Okay, so that's the first go around, and I got to do all the way around this lid, and this stuff is splashing everywhere. You know, I'm like, I'm going to have a heck of a mess to clean up, but I'm going to get it done, as well as the base. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring you back to show you how I'm going to do that, because I'm doing this and it's just repetitive. So I'm going to go over this, I'm going to go over the base, and even the castle. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do it 3 or 4 times, and then when I'm done with it, I'll bring you back and we'll go ahead and work on the lights. Okay, so this is why I was told not to use a lot of wax. This stuff flies everywhere. I mean, it's all over my desk, computer. Jeez. Okay, so the next round, I will barely use any. So don't make the mistake that I made and use too much wax. I used way too much. So it doesn't take but a little. Just a word of advice. Listen to your instructor. Okay, so this piece of wood is made to go onto the fireplace. So I've already waxed it, so I'm going to take the fine sander. Like she said, just go over it briefly like that. You don't have to scrub or be too rough. And I guess it's just to get the excess wax off. And then you take the cloth and you just wipe. And that's it. That's what I did to the lid, to the base, and to the wood inside of the castle box. All right, so I got like 3 or 4 more coats to do. I'll bring you back when I'm done. If you want to know what a microfiber cloth is, you can get it on Amazon, and they come in multiple colors and different patterns. But you can also get it at a Walmart or any hardware store. Okay, let's keep going. So this is the end result with all the waxing, and I think it looks really, really good. And then I also took it outside and I sprayed all the wood with a spray sealer. But hey, it looks really good. So now what we're going to do is we are going to work on lights. Lights in the fireplace, in the oven, and in the background where the scenery is, and also in the doorway. All right, so let's get started on that. So when it comes to the lights, I'm gonna put one back here. So I'm just gonna drill a hole through here, and then I'm gonna actually mount one right here so it'll be lights on both sides. And I'm gonna have to really turn it upside down or figure out how I'm gonna drill the holes in the bottom in order for the lights to come through the wood burning stove in the fireplace. I'm gonna get my tools together. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill the hole on this side, and then I'm gonna show you how I take the wires through using my Dremel. All right. So we're going to take a wire. I'm going to take it through this side. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. There we go. Now we have the light for that side. And it's actually going to go through the floor. So I'm going to have to drill a hole through the floor. And as far as this one goes, I'm going to actually put this one through this side. And I have to wire it some kind of way so it doesn't show. Okay, so now both lights are in. And this wire I'm just going to have to literally take like right here and then tack it in there. Feed it through. You won't be able to see the wire on either side, but I have light. Okay. Okay, see how I got the lights? One going through this way, the other one coming this way. So this one I took through and I just wired it going around this way so that the wires, both of them will go through. I'm going to make a hole in the floor and then bring it through the bottom. Now I got it wired the way I want it, and I have it taped with some blue masking tape so it doesn't move. See if I can get a clear shot. And I took it through the hole in the bottom that you see underneath. This is the bottom, and I brought it through this little hole that I drilled. And then I'm going to separate the wires and then put the plugs back on them. This is what we're looking like with the lights in. And it is so nice. You can't even see the wires. And they're hidden. And so now we're going to go ahead and get started on the fireplace. Okay, so I got one light in, which is this, the oven light. And I'm going to show it to you. See how it lights up? That it's just not too cute. Alright, so let me give you a little close-up of that. So you can see it. See how it's lit up? Alright. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the actual bigger fireplace. And what I'm using is this, the Nano Lights by Evans Design. I got red. I have a whole stack of them. And so this is the one that I'm using. And you can go on Evans Design to get them. And this is what it looks like. It's real. You can barely see the wire. I mean, like, see? That's how small it is. So I'm going to stick it literally inside this little hole, and then all this will light up red because the light is going to be red. So I'm going to stick this in here, bend it, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to, got to get it to stay. So I'm going to try to get it mingled in with the wire. Let's see. Then I made a hole down in the fireplace. Let me give you a close-up. Little area right there. Let's see, right here. I drilled a hole with my Dremel. So I'm going to stick the wire part down in there. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to hook it up. So I'm going to slide this down in the hole. And then bring it out the other end. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to hook it up. Alright, here we go. Boom. So, and I'm going to put some glue up under here so it doesn't move. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to take this battery operated addition, and it has a little switch to it. So I'm going to test it to make sure that it's working. Okay, so I tested it, and as you can see, it's lit. So now I'm going to actually hook it up. Alright, so I have these shrink tubes. And they clear, and I got everything from Evans Design. Everything you need for lighting, especially nano and miniature. Pretty much they have it. Let me see if I can get this out of here. They're clear and it's hard to see, but I'm going to try. See these little clear things right here? Lighting is kind of hard because it's late at night and I'm working. Alright, so here we go. I have the two reds. I'm going to put those together. First I have to put the 1 nanotube on. So I'm going to slide this on here. And then I'm going to slide the other nanotube, or let's say shrink tube, I'm sorry. Shrink tube, the lights are called nano. Alright, so I'm going to put the red with the red. Okay, twist it. Twist the wires together. And then I'm going to bend it. And then I'm going to slide the tube over it. So I'll take the tube from the bottom, slide it all the way on as far as I can get it. This one want to be stubborn, so I have to straighten it out. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other one. And then I'm going to use the heat gun to melt it so that it doesn't move. Now I already know that the lights work because I tried it. I tested it before I even went through all of this. So I'm doing the same thing with this one. Twisting it together. Bending it. And then putting the tube over it. Wow. Come on. Go all the way up. Like this. Okay, so now we're going to use the heat gun. Alright, if it gets too loud, turn down your volume. Now the red one. Alright. And that's that. They're done. Just like this one. And whenever I want to cut the lights on, I use this switch and this one. So I'm going to cut all the lights on so you can see it. The lights for the fireplace and the oven, they're hooked up with the little battery operated nano lights, and the lights for the two back, I'm sorry, there they go. They're on the switch, the miniature surge protector. So go ahead and switch those on, and now we'll have light. Now this is how I hide the lighting. I simply just put this over it. And that's how you close it. Now, I'm going to give you a view. This is the scene. The lights behind the door and the window are up. Can't even see it. Everything is hidden. Looks good. Panels look good. And this is outside. You can see daylight. You see the scenery and the oven and the fireplace. Oh my God, so cool. I'm still waiting on her to send me the remainder of the material so that I can complete it. And when I do, then I'll show you what it looks like in the fullness, even if it's just like under a minute video that I'll put on my channel. But this is so cool. And if you want to know how I did the lights behind the door and the window, I've done it so many times on other videos that I just didn't even really think about doing it. So go to my, oh, that is so cool. Go to my videos that has the haunted house, and I show you how I do lighting. I also show you how I do it in my Thornhill. And there's other videos that I put up that has lighting on it. Just look for it on my channel. But yeah, I apologize I didn't do this one. Wasn't thinking I do it so much on different videos. But definitely check out the Thornhill videos as well as the haunted house, and it'll show you how to do the wiring for the lights. And I don't do the nano very often, so that's why I remember to go ahead and do that. All right, so we're going to add a sconce to the doorway. I purchased this sconce from Sue and her husband at the Tom Bishop show. Sue and Eamon were my instructors. So what I'm going to do is add this. If you look at this right here, you will see there's 2 posts. So I'm going to put black paint on them, and I'm going to literally put them up against the wall, and that's going to mark exactly where I need to drill my hole with my Dremel. Then I'm going to hook this light up the exact same way that I hooked up the fireplace. Now, I got those 2 fireplaces from Sue and her husband as well. So this battery pack, I'm going to hook it up to this red nano light. Let me make sure you can see this. And it's going to make it look like it's, hopefully, it looks like it's fire. So let me put this in here like this. And then I'm going to put the little nano light through the bottom. And when I drill the hole, I'm literally going to, take this end wire, wrap it around this little post, and glue it in place. And then the battery pack will go behind the wall, and you won't be able to see it, and I can actually switch it off and on. And it'll make sense when I'm done. I'll show you. Let's go ahead and hook it up. Okay, so we got the torch up, and it worked out just fine. And if you remember, back in the castles, they had a lot of torches. So in my room box, if you're not paying attention to the light back there, there's another torch, but it's like off in a distance. That's why you see white light. This one's close up. And then the light from the window is coming from outside. That's in my room box. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So I marked where I was going to drill the 2 holes by the posts that were on this sconce. And when I moved it, there was 2 dots like black paint where I knew where to drill. So I drilled holes, and they came right there. And so I attached the wire for the light to the battery pack. And then I just threw it over the wall. And it sits behind this wall with the other 2 wires. And when I want to cut it on, I will click this button and I'll cut it off. I'll click that one, so it's easy access. Not bad. And this, this kind of reminds me of a certain movie that I'm crazy about. Yeah, let me see if you can guess.